All right, peace, peace, peace. Well, first and foremost, man, hopefully the most on your house, I was blessing your day. By his mercies, you want to consume. We're alive in the most on your house, as body, until we're naturally alive, man. And yeah, man, I want to get into this kind of quick because I was just thinking about this the other day, too, because this guy kind of kills and goes into the misconception, right? Because everybody, like, not, it's too, like, shout out to brothers, but shout out to brother for Assembly Firstborn, too, because I forgot, I was thinking about this the other day, but shout out to him because he said this, too. Not because yeah, we me and my homie we watched like it's a good case study though. It's very 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 interesting sometimes. Like I don't I mean sometimes you watch it laugh, but it's stupid at the end of the day. Like the whole pop the balloon thing, right? But here's the thing, right? With a lot this a little bit people honestly too, because kind of goes into the whole self-defined thing honestly that we talked about or we shared that real with they it was old DMX interview with him on like what was it 2000 what was my guy what's the guy's name Michael Cornier legendary actor man but he was had a BET show then the sister winner but they asked him like we put up the real how he feels about like being compared how he felt like about being compared to Tupac honestly like he said listen he said like or what was his thoughts he said man I honestly don't think about that man that kind of goes into that man about how just being self-defined like I'm not worried about that the other stuff and things of that nature but also it's the aspect of too, in the aspect too, like the brother sent me firstborn said, man, shout out to him for saying this too, because he said, listen, one, because I got rejected and got told no a lot growing up as well. Shoot, even sometimes, even till still to this day too. But you learn the power just of no, honestly. But it used to bother me coming up, but now you realize like, listen, man, like hearing no, there's actually a lot of power in that, honestly. But like the brother sent me first one said, man, he's a listen, man. Not every because things is always like how should I say my words of spirit, like because we're gonna get this in Jeremiah 62 real quick, but like he's the brother sent me of the firstborn said, not every woman is entitled to like you and things, and that's what even with sisters too as well. Not everybody's at one, not everybody's just going to like you or like one of my old coworkers used to say you're not going to get a good review from everybody but also as well yeah but especially like even for brothers man not every woman's going to like you man because what let's get Jeremiah 6:2 because not every woman likes likes the most high house honestly let's get Jeremiah 6:2 Jeremiah 6:2. I've likened the door of Zion to a comely, delicate woman. So yeah, man, not every woman likes not everybody likes most on your house. Contrary to popular belief, no. Because I'm because I think idealistically, like what we think that everybody loves the most high in your house or loves God, or or in Christ, but that's not the case, honestly. Like we got many examples, too many examples, throughout that. Just like um just especially in the word and I mean in the word then in this me living my life honestly yeah too many examples of that so no that's a misconception but no everybody don't love most high house everybody's not because like the brother sent me first one perfectly said the most high doesn't chase anybody because people can like misconstrue him calling somebody or calling them but no he attracts honestly the most high house attracts people like honestly too and this because I was watching you know the that little the little internet episode thing with the pop the boom thing too. But it was a brother on there. He was like Jake on there. He said he was like a whole relationship coach for men and things of that nature. But even on his answers, he was answering things correctly, or I like his perspective right. But it seemed like he was just trying to compensate for something. Because honestly too, now let me say this too, because honestly too, sometimes this can happen. Like brothers can do this. It's like no, honestly, man, if they it's more of the attract thing. You don't have to say. You don't even have to say too much, honestly, man. Because listen, because when your house shot stepped to the 12, the disciples said follow him. They just knew to follow him, honestly. Concerning if you they know realness or they know good when they see it honestly so they know that's something they want to be followed to see it that's just what it is honestly so and that's just is what it is too I'm a little tired so I'm trying to put the words together but yeah, man, that's just is what it is too with that, man. But you know. But you know it is too. But the Most High Yahusha doesn't chase after anybody, man. They don't, because you know this too. And that's what it is too, and that's why even on natural tip, right? Like, a lot of times women, they're not used to, like, they're not so much like, used to that, honestly. Especially when a man, like, just like, because I seen a skit, like, and this it was really funny, but it was true. Like, it was a brother on there. He tried to talk to a woman, and and she was like, after she said, no, I'm okay, then he kept moving forward. He's like, okay. Then she said, wait, you're not going to, like, try to, like, because you're not going to try to, like, win me over, or, like, that's just it. He's like, yeah, you obviously didn't like me, so I'm going to move on. That's what part of being in his image, and, like, it is what it is. Like, this move, like, okay, cool. Like, listen, this person, like, and that, like Sirach says, every fuss cleaves to his kind. So that's just is what it is. So, yeah, I'm not gonna fight or, like, try to win your approval, man. Because even when we watch the episode, sometimes that's what they like, sometimes want. That's what, because that goes into, but that's no different from the pride of, like, of a man, honestly, because it's all, because it really is. What's a spiritual mirror, like we always say. The Most High Yahusha has, like, this going on, because it's like how we deal with the Most High Yahusha, man. Because there's a lot of people out here to say. I heard this before, saying, I'm waiting on the Most High Yahusha. I'm waiting on God to come to me. It's like, that's just is what it is with that. So, or they just trying to fight, or, like, because society, especially in the world now, this mother goddess, divine feminine worship, or, like, this upside world we live in now, like, they're used to it. It's from movies, TVs, whatever. They're used to, like, this Disney programming, like a man that's just supposed to chase and sit, or run after you, or, like, or like that type of stuff, man. Like, no, like, like the brother sent me first one said, if I had to, like, I'm not chasing anybody, because if I'm running after a person, if I'm chasing somebody, that means they don't want to be caught. I mean, they don't want to be caught, so I'm not doing that. That's like, police chase people, man. Honestly, like, who runs, like, away, fugitive run away. They don't want to be captured, so why am I doing that? So yeah, man. But that goes back into the point, like, being is that, not everybody, or not, like, like, just like not everybody likes the Most High Yahusha, like, but that don't bother them, because it says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So yeah, let's get 2 Timothy 2:3. Focus on people that do. And kind of, we always talk about the right focus. Focus on people that do love and care about you, man. But yeah, even if that's the case, man, the Most High Yahusha, that don't bother them. Because 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 13. Even if we believe not, yet he abideth faithful, and he cannot deny himself. So yeah, man, he don't care about that. Yeah, so let's grab John chapter 8, because when you read John 8, man, Yahusha focus on the ones that the Jews that did believe, man, the people that did believe on him. Yeah, it says, yeah, exactly. So John chapter 8, verse 30, and he spake to these words, and many believed on him. Yeah, and that's what it's focused on. Then Yahusha said, those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue my word, then ye are my disciples indeed. And here's a classic of, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So yeah, that's is what it is right there. So hold on. Oh, okay, that was spirit. That was she's eating. Now God kind of stay on point, but anyway, yeah, man, that's just to go into being free from sin and death, and, like, freedom, spirit of truth makes you free. Honestly, then that's what that Romans 8 kicks in, and some other places too as well. But yeah, man, this is what it is, man. That's the power of no. Not everybody's gonna, like, you're not gonna get a good review from everybody. Not ever, but that's all part of being in his image too, like, as well, man. Because, like, listen, the Most High Yahusha, man, they don't, like, not every, like, woman, not when we say woman, we're not talking about natural woman likes them, but they keep it moving. They don't focus on that. Like, even me and my homie watch it, we be like, all right, man, let's keep it moving, man. Because, like, even sometimes when we watch that, so even sometimes in real time, man, it's like, you see that, and, like, even that's, it's not, it don't have to be on that type of tip. It could be with anything, honestly. The power, no, just move on. Okay, cool. They made the decision. They decided no, and like you just move on from it because like certain I'm still learning that from certain jobs or like I had to learn that past in the past, especially like all right, cool, like it could be a job or something I really wanted or something like or anybody that says no, okay, they said no, that's it. Okay, like even the house I said the ABA and they honestly, man. But even speaking of DMX, man, like he had the story about that, man, when he was got the he had met with Bad Boy and Diddy, like 97 things of that nature when he was still on like to come up about to come out things of that nature. But I think Diddy had Bad Boy saying like that they had the locks and Black Rob at the time and Mason things of that nature is kind of after Biggie died, but no, he was gonna bring DMX. He was gonna come, and he's like he rapped for Diddy, and Diddy said no, you're not marketable, like things of that nature. So X was like cool, but he said listen, I respected him because he told me to my face, man. That's another thing too. When people can do that, because I had a actually situation similar to that, man, years ago, man. It was a job that that the guy wanted to hire me. He's like, man, I really want to hire you, but your resume. But he said, listen, this is how you can make it better. But I was like, no, man, I didn't even get this. I came all the way out in Northeast, but I was like, listen, man, I had the same at the same moment. I was like, I respect you telling me that to my face rather than you give me the runaround or I get a call or email later or never hear back from me. I was like, no, man, I respect that. I actually learned a lot from that, man. Same thing, and like and that's what even X said. But then X like later like he dropped a "Get at Me Dog" on the streets. It was like he was making a buzz on in the streets. But then Diddy came back and tried to sign him, and he's like, no, man, honestly, because you should like no disrespect, but you should have saw that then. Like don't kind of, and that's really too like and from his perspective, I understand it because that's not sincerity and truth. Like that's not genuine. Like if you like you saw just you should have saw what I'm doing now. Like having this impact even now with this buzz now then when I was rapping for you in your office. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, pretty much, man. With this, that's the power. No, with anything, like man, because not everybody's. You're not gonna get yes all the time. You're not going to suit. The Most High House shot doesn't tell us like it doesn't grant us everything. Like he's not a genie, so he doesn't. And if he did, like if we like especially like if we are getting everything we want, and we like if I'm getting everything I want, and I'm in this like how I'm living this hour and what I'm doing, I'm in trouble, man, because that's where that Romans 1 kicks in. Even I was reading that earlier in Sirach 4, like if you forsake him, he'll give you to your own ruin, man. Like and sometimes that own ruin could be different things, like different calamities going on in life and things and chaos and disarray, and also too like sometimes you just get into everything you want, and that's to your own destruction, man. So that's why he's like a heavenly father, because like certain times like I've seen this happen to me. Like sometimes your punishment, your parents or guardians, whoever was overcharged, because not everybody has, it was your loved ones or parents, or sometimes being foster, whoever was in charge of you or taking of you or taking care of you, or they gave you everything you wanted for your punishment. Then it turned out like it didn't go. It wasn't. It was for your detriment. It wasn't good, honestly. So yeah, man, that's just the power. No, man, not everybody's gonna like you, man, because not everybody likes the Most High House shot, man. Like focus on the ones that do, and like it is what it is, man. But yeah, especially for brothers in that aspect, because yeah, not every woman's gonna like you, and like even for people just to know that, honestly. So yeah, it's not like it's not, that's just is what it is. So anyway, man, so hopefully it's edifying, man. So peace.